Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. I'm your host, Will, and as always, we have.
A creature who's just trying to survive.
Yeah, I feel
Survive this
that.
heat.
Anyway, this episode, there's been an update. And the update gives you new Asterion design. Whoopee! Well, art, sprites, not design.
Yeah.
Sprites. Yes. I haven't seen anything, so go my unfiltered reaction to it. Ignore that.
Hades.
It was like the end of a summer's day. It was like the end of a summer day's rain back at the palace of Knossos. Rivulet falling to the patio stone floor, droplets pouring from the trees down to the saffron bushes. The pitter-patter of fat droplets in children's feet as the Minotaur sat by the tall red pillars, thinking, not making a noise. Thinking, as his father told him to, as he did now. He had walked a dozen steps downhill before he lost balance and fell to his knees. Now he sat, collecting himself. The Minotaur looked up to the stony ceiling hundreds of feet above him, raining down the same fat drops of water on his muzzle. His neck hurt as if a searing iron wire had burned it. His tongue and throat were locked frozen by a lump on his neck. Asterion thought and thought, well, as he plucked and then cradled an asphodel flower in his hands. He was surrounded by them, in this meadow overlooking a labyrinthine land of rivers. His body ached, but how soft a flower's petals are against one's hand. Its white and pink were like a slush of life in this darkened land. How long did he stay there in the asphodel field? He lost track of time, but he remembers the moment he rose, when he caught himself humming. A nameless, graceless tune coming from deep within him. A cold drop fell on the palm of his hand, and the Minotaur was awoken from his trance. Prince Asterion, adopted son of King Minos of Crete, rose and looked down towards the rivers. And there he was, the man waiting by the shore. This time, he stomped downhill, letting the slope guide him in leaps and bounds. He could not laugh. Lump in his throat made sure of that, but splayed on his muzzle was a smile. When the slope ended, he let momentum carry him to the shore, to the skeletal man and his humble boat. Never before had Asterion seen such a sordid creature. His beard, drier than hay and caked with foul filth, went down to the muddy shore. His feet, half sunk in the mud, had overgrown, yellowed nails that were more like fangs than what any human should have. A coarse cloak covered the upper half of his face, but as he shifted on his feet, Asterion caught a glimpse of the old man's eyes. They burned. The man was hollow like a furnace, and reeked of bitter smoke. Foul was the god on the river's shore, and common was it for nobles and highborn to shy away from him. Judging by Asterion's smile, however, one would guess he beheld the holy envoy covered in fine garments and fragrant with the scent of flowers. Asterion's hooves sunk into the muddy soil of the river as the old god's gaze crawled over the highbed. Sensing movement, half a dozen crabs which had hidden in the mud skittered away from the two of them. What a peculiar sight. Not a man, and not a beast, much less an immortal. Neither a mournful youth, nor a pacified elder. A smiling newly dead, one leaping downhill like a nymph. Now, let me collect my payment. With his left hand, the foul-smelling elder supported the Minotaur's neck and massaged the lump within it with a bony tongue. With his other hand, he reached into Asterion's mouth and plucked the obstruction from his throat, like a child would pluck a flower. It was a gold coin, so freshly minted it shone like an ember. You must have had a good friend, young hybrid. This will do well. Now, tell me, what is your lineage, hybrid son? Words flowed from his lips like honey. The Minotaur's heart pranced like a newborn foal, and his face regained some of its color.
I am the son of earth and foamy sea, but my race is starry, heavenly. My name is Asterion. Lord Charon, may I cross the river to my place of rest?
The old man ran a slender finger over his matted beard as he looked the newly dead up and down. Very well. Come, we shall cross the rivers. It shall be a cynic rite for you, for such a bountiful payment. Ah, what a day. A newly dead brimming with life. Heavenly blood in the corpse of a beast, a cursed being with gold to spare. Tell me, boy, why the joy? It is fair that the bud, plucked before spring, cursed the hand which left it to wither. Yet I see no vinegar, only honey and wine. Asterion sat on the boat, his back to the man, who looked ahead to the distant shore. The fire in his chest kept him warm. He did not bother responding to the old god's question. Okay.
5 to 10, the bedrock.
Burger King foot lettuce. Why aren't you updated?
Could it be that it wasn't the type of update we thought?
No. Anyway, there are rules to placing cutlery. Forks to the left, knives to the right, with the first set placed on the outside. Spoons are placed to the right of knives. The basics are simple, but it's easy to get it wrong if you forget what kind of fork is meant for which meal. In the end, however, it doesn't matter. Very few sit at a dinner table for its sparkling cutlery first and food second after all. But today, even if for just a moment, silverware seems like a matter of colossal importance. Asterion ignores the cheese and crackers, cured meats and boiled eggs, jams and pastries. Says they're locked on your spoon, the disgraceful thing he placed on the wrong side of the plate. Fat drops of sweat run from his forehead to his chin, then drip down into his lap. You can hear a rumble coming from him, a drawn-out grunt of distress followed by the Minotaur hunching over you. He woke up different today, stumbling about and skittish, already second-guessing the choice to have breakfast with you. But he wouldn't back down on his word. Now his distress is carved onto his face. You let go of your buttered bread and smile at him. It wouldn't do any good to make him any more nervous with probing for answers. You'll need to be delicate. Is something the matter, Asterion? You look sick. The Minotaur's eyes shift down to his plate. He recoils further into a compact ball of fur, his hands clasped above his legs. Asterion's unease crawls over to you and gnaws away at your confidence over the situation. Such a simple thing, a breakfast. Just last night he had a contagious smile when he accused you of harboring a honeyed tongue. Perhaps it was the wine. The idea must have pleased him then, but in sobriety all of a man's shame returns with a vengeance. You look for something to say. Is there even any combination of words that can pull the two of you from this bog? Just how far can words go against the tragedy in a man's life? Asterion remains with his hands locked in his lap, gaze down as if in deference. There is no great wisdom that can pull him, but perhaps honesty can offer some relief. You shouldn't feel bad. His gaze returns to your cutlery, to the disgraceful spoon, then back to himself. I'm not talking about the spoon. You don't deserve to go through this kind of distress at all. We had fun last night, didn't we? Nothing's changed since then. We had an enjoyable dinner with the other guests. You and I were at the same table. The one difference is this time the both of us are eating together. He looks off to the side and grinds his teeth.
I feel very inadequate. This experience is very unsettling to me.
Why?
As I said last night, I never had a proper meal with the master. And the spoon, I put it in the wrong place.
About the spoon, what can we do to solve it?
It's too late. It's in the wrong place already.
But can it be fixed?
Suppose so.
You pick the spoon up and put it in its correct place, to the right of the knives. There. Fixed. One less reason for you to be nervous. Is there anything else bothering you? You can tell me. Let's out a drawn-out sigh. It sounds defeated at first, but his shoulders are relaxed and his eyes are half-closed.
Sometimes I sometimes forget. Master is not one who would go for physical punishment. I shall outgrow that fear, worry not. Besides feeling inadequate, I realize now that I don't want you to see me struggling with the cutlery. I can't shake the feeling you'll be angry with me.
Angry because you struggle with a knife and fork? And that would happen.
I don't know. Maybe the master would think less of me, seeing me for what I am.
I don't think any less of you. You take a bite. Why do you struggle with cutlery? Did no one ever teach you?
I just never needed to learn as I grew up. For a long time after, as a matter of fact. It wasn't until a few centuries ago that I ever even saw forks. It was novelty then. People have tried teaching me, but I struggle with the fine movements. I prefer eating with my hands.
Well then, do just that. There's no issue with it.
But that would be undignified to expose myself that way. And the time really have changed, haven't they? Is all this distress for nothing?
Fuck.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I made you repeat that line.
It's okay.
Yes, it's hard for me to understand why you are so nervous. Nothing of what you've done today, even since I arrived at the hotel, deserves any bad reaction. But if you want to use cutlery, then try it. There's no problem if you get it wrong or make a mess. The Minotaur takes the precious silverware in his hands. There's no way this is going to end well. You hadn't stopped to watch before, but Astarion's clumsiness with small objects is nothing short of a crime. One can help but feel the urge to leap out and guide his hand, but this is a challenge he must overcome himself. The silverware is so thin. He has a hard time keeping it between his thick fingers. It keeps slipping around his hand as well. Overall, Astarion's troubled relationship with silverware follows a 3-act structure. First, he reacquaints his fingers with the thin metal. His hands quiver like long-lost lovers, touching lips together for the first time in ages. There is an attempt at gracefulness, like teenagers fumbling around in a moment of passion. For a glorious split second, he holds it properly, and then the fork slips as he puts pressure on a piece of cheese. In the second act, things take a turn for the worse. As the Minotaur again becomes distressed, he forgets how cutlery is meant to be held. He grips it like two pens. Sorry, sorry.
Stop bullying my poor boy.
I'm not bullying him. I love him. He's so stupid and cute. Yeah. Fucking two men.
I'm not cute.
Shut up. If I can be big and adorable, so can you. Unfortunately. Yeah, no, like, there's on the spectrum of hot, cute, and cool. Yeah, cute. There's only one direction I can fall into. He grips it like two pens, or perhaps like a pair of scalpel and pincers. It goes well for half a minute before the fork slips and falls into his glass of orange juice. How did you manage to do that? The fork
Your
pleads.
skill, baby.
The fork pleads for help, for the hand of his precious lover. But Astarion's mind has turned cold with the river of sweat running down his back and matting his shirt. The tragedy arrives in the play's third act. Our once plucky heroes consumed by grief, wrath, hubris. The gods have given up on him, much like he did on love. As if you don't exist, as if dignity was an alien concept. Sharon holds the knife and fork, sticky with juice, like a child, gripping the handle as if he was ready to stab the miserable curd splayed upon his plate. And there he goes. The battle for breakfast is over. And he's about to enjoy his single slice of cheese. It costs his dignity, but that is a small price to pay for sustenance. But the humiliation never ends, for the cheese was sliced too thin. It tears and drops onto his lap, staining his clothes further. The greasy clap as it falls to the floor. The tragedy draws to a close. How much abuse can a man take before snapping? How unfair can the world be?
Despair.
That's a yawn and a half.
Shut up.
In other periods of human history, trauma as profound as this would surely push any man to take arms against creation itself. Not Asterion, however. The Minotaur, disgraced creature, is left with one outlet.
Ah, hang on. I got this. I'm
Take
gonna make
your
the.
time.
I'm gonna make the perfect fucking moo you'll ever fucking hear. Mark my words. There. You got your fucking moo.
Did you just
How's that?
moo? I swear.
Moo.
For my third anniversary, I'm gonna go through every video, cut out every single will noise that has ever noised, and just post it. You're gonna be like a fucking hour of just will noises.
I thought that you would make a video every time we're mean to each other, but then I realized that's kind of every fucking video.
Yeah! Look, I want an hour video, not a 3-hour long one, okay?
3 hour. I think it's at least
Well,
24
right now,
hours.
with the other episodes that will be posted until then, 7? Oh,
God.
right, your channel as well, so 12 hours.
Gotta enjoy that editing process.
Yeah, it would be so fun. That's a duo collaboration. Fuck that.
Hell no. You viewers, pick out your favorite part of the video and edit yours. I'm joking, of course.
Yeah. Did you just move? Stereo looks up, his face awash with shame and cringe. He slumps another defeat. Cringe, not French. What?
Cringe. I said cringe. Don't you believe me?
No. I guess editing will know who's right. Ha 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 ha.
It's obviously going to be me.
Yeah, but editing will is me, and I want to be right. So editing will, you know what to do. Just lie straight to the internet's face. That's always a good idea.
Yep. It's never ended bad.
Obviously
No.
not. Asterion looks up, his face awash with shame and cringe. He slumps another defeat, an errant hand knocking a nearby apple off the table.
By the gods, what a wretched day!
The Minotaur looks away from you. I'm sorry. I think I misheard you. I could swear you said moo.
No.
Yes, I sometimes do it when if there's too much, when it gets too much.
No, I feel bad. No, I feel bad for laughing.
It's more of a cuteness aggression laugh than a making fun of you laugh.
Yeah, but still.
I'm sure Asterion will understand, especially when we bang. I mean, what?
And you say I am... Okay, never mind.
I am asexual. My sex jokes are funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I fucking hell. Oh boy. If we ever get popular enough, I can't wait for the Will Out of Context videos. Like, gee, I say some heinous shit sometimes.
You do.
It's like being in the middle of a storm. I get lost and I can't hold it. And then it happens. I let out a moo.
That's adorable.
Excuse me, but what did you just say?
It's adorable. I didn't know you did that. A dropped cup of coffee's contents crawl their way to the table's edge. A droplet is pushed out, too. Then it becomes a scream as it cascades down to the floor just beside your foot. Before the cup can roll off as well, you push it back up, with just a finger, as to not bring Asterion's attention to it.
Is it adorable?
It just is! You may not agree, but it is adorable. The Minotaur groans, and you take the opportunity to lay your foot over the pesky apple as it attempts to roll away. You pull it back to yourself and press it against the side of your chair. A few drops run down the side of the orange juice cup. A puddle the size of a fingerprint is at its base.
Somehow, I find that hard to believe.
Come on, it's a compliment.
Why would anyone compliment me? What is there to say? I can't even hold a fork like a person.
Don't be like that. You're great. Just last night we had so much fun. I very much enjoyed your company. And you dealt so well with Greta's questions. I have a way with tough situations.
That can't be. The master must be teasing me.
Not a chance. I'm being honest here. Your words, however, don't seem to have much of an effect. You might need to do something a little bit better to cheer him up. What do? You check the files. I think I know what the correct option is, but never. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Or you could be like, hey viewers, let's let you decide.
It is 30 minutes. But when there's a
They're
correct
probably gonna-
option, I don't let the viewers decide because I want to do the correct options.
You don't trust your viewers.
It's not that I don't trust my viewers. It's that I don't trust my viewers. I don't think it matters. That means, hey viewers! No, but that's way too short of an episode, especially because of the 5 minutes that I'll have to cut because of my brother, because of us trying to look up how people sound, how names sound. So, which one do you want? I usually pick this one.
Yeah. I feel like cow puns just... I don't... in poor taste.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, you know.
Oops, I did. That's the wrong button. You look back to the battlefield on top of the table. Bottles of orange juice, a slice of cheese draped over a cup of coffee, jam over the cured meats, grease stains strewn all around the stereo side. It is, however, no messier than what you'd see on a rowdy night out in a bar with friends. And the food, for the most part, should still be safe to eat. With 4 slices of bread and what remains of the cheese and cured meats, with the jam scraped off, you make 2 basic sandwiches. You do make sure to pack them as much as possible before the thing falls off from the sides. This will be all you'll eat. You might as well make it plentiful. What do you say we leave this whole mess behind us and enjoy this for our breakfast? No need for cutlery here. The Minotaur clenches his jaws as he accepts your offer.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches, though desert witches, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a cool character concept.
I am the sandwich.
Would you like make the sandwich either made of sand or meat, tomato, lettuce, and bread?
Yep.
Yep.
I am the
That's your answer.
sandwich witch. You will either have a
Sandwich wish.
a sandwich witch. You'll either had a sandwich full of sand or a sandwich that is perfectly fine. Take your poison.
The sandwich that you either make fresh at home or the sandwich you take to the beach, drop it in the sand, and then Just
He turns a bit. He turns a bit to the side, avoiding your gaze, and you follow suit. The living room fills with the sound of your chewing, interrupted once or twice when Asterion reaches out for his cup of juice. The sandwiches, of all things, break the air of tension in the room. What is left of the jam on the meat adds an unexpected twist to its salty taste, balanced by the cheese's neutral flavor. As you take another bite, you give the Minotaur a sideways glance, and find him looking back to you, then averting his gaze. Fuck me.
Glaze?
Shut up.
Glaze, huh?
I can find someone else to voice Asterion.
No!
I'm joking, I can't.
But you would if you could, huh?
No, actually. You look back to the window, to the horizon of orange and blue, then back to Asterion. This time he is the one who catches your gaze, but neither of you look away. You hunch over, elbows supported on your knees. Just then you hear the swish of the Minotaur's tail against the ground.
Thank you. The sandwich is good.
You are welcome. You know, I could make us more sandwiches now and then. Asterion opens his mouth to say something, changes his mind. Instead he grunts and looks away to finish his meal. Once it's done, he relaxes a bit, resting his hands between his legs, and almost staining his pants with a mess of jam, orange juice, and cheese oil in them. You want help with that? Asterion jerks his tail, twitches his ears, and lets out a rumble from his chest. His legs shift, hoofs scrape against the floor, but he nods. He extends his left hand to lay it over yours. The fur on its back is short, but on his buckles and on the side opposite to his thumb, there are scruffy patches, thicker about a centimeter long. It is smooth and firm fur, as one might expect from his bovine heritage. Just below that thin layer, there is his hand, wholly human in shape. The nails, however, are black and thicker than any you've ever seen. You take a napkin with your left hand, to clean between his fingers. His forearm tenses and sends out contractions all the way to the palm of his hand and the tip of his fingers. Like a cat's paw contracting over his owner's finger, all of Asterion's fingers twitch and curl at once, trapping your hand in its grasp. His palm is sweaty, and the beating of his heart makes itself known despite his
palms
coarse...
are sweaty, knees weak, arms... there's vomit in his sweater already, mom's spaghetti!
Bravo.
Thanks.
His palm is sweaty, and the beating of his heart makes itself known despite his coarse, thick skin. Just as you look up to him, you feel the fur at his wrist standing on end, followed by a rumble crawling from his chest all the way through your hand.
I'm sorry.
Mama?
Oh, you said the fucking line. I'm stupid. I thought you were saying sorry to me, so I didn't register that it was a fucking line. Ah!
Are you kidding? Would I ever say sorry to you? No, sir.
I'm so
never
sorry.
mind.
He lets your hand...
So sorry.
It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
He lets your hand go with the same deliberate, glacial pace you trapped it in the first place. Just as he lets go... fuck. Just as he lets you go, his fingers follow yours before stopping. You could swear his breathing quickened, but there is no doubt he scoots his chair closer to you. When you reach in further to clean the fine webbing of his fingers, you feel a certain resistance. Asterion's gaze drills into his own hand, tries to pry his fingers further apart to grant you better access, but it's as if his nerves are made of stone. His fingers shudder and tremble. The Minotaur sighs and grunts each time he tries to mold his hand to easier work. at last. You clean the palm of his hand, and, just as your napkin grazes the center of where the lines meet, all his fingers curl up again. His movements are twitchy, more like an involuntary and uncoordinated reflex than a willful act.
I can't control it. When you touch it like that, it just closes on reflex.
I see. I sure am learning a lot about your hands today.
Oh yeah?
No.
I suppose you are.
I wasn't satisfied with that.
Let's try again.
I suppose you are.
He opens his hand once more. Then you hover a finger over the palm, threatening to touch it. Styrion's gaze shows no opposition to what you are about to do.
And that's the end of the episode. No.
Bitch. I say when the episode is over, bitch.
Oh yeah.
You graze the tip of your finger, slow enough to let your nail caress the hills and valleys of his handprint. The Minotaur's hand clutches yours, but this time your deliberateness gifted Asterion with some of his own. His fingers rest between your knuckles, with his pinky hanging off to the side. You budge a bit, but it doesn't want to let go. And in fact, there is just a tiny bit of pressure, as if you wanted to nudge your fingers apart to intertwine them with his. Something like a mew escapes his throat, although he seems none the wiser about it. And you doubted me when I said you were adorable. He's in a whole different world. Sensation is not all that unpleasant, if one doesn't mind his sweaty palm. In fact, having such a larger hand holding yours feels like being a child once more. Again, you try to open your hand, and this time he complies, but you don't disengage. Such a youthful spirit taking over your mind, an idea springs forth. Before your hands separate, you pull him back to intertwine your fingers once more, with your thumbs pointing up this time. Have you ever played thumb wrestling? Is that a thing people used to do? Barely heard.
How dare Discord silence me?
Exactly.
Huh? Thumb wrestling?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
What?
every time I hear thumb wrestling or thumbwear, I just get thinking of that one meme I've I've heard and stopped thinking about it and stopped laughing at it. Wait, maybe I shouldn't say it.
What? What is it?
Are you sure you want to know?
Maybe.
So, is that a yes or no?
Maybe.
Alrighty then.
Huh? What?
I thought we were gonna move on.
Oh! I thought you were gonna show me. Whoopsies.
Oh, no, I remember it very well.
Yeah, it's a game kids play nowadays. By nowadays, I mean that I played when I was in school. It's not a new thing by any stretch of the imagination. The old hands like this, and you demonstrate by trying to pin his thumb down, and although it isn't an unfair match from the get-go, his hand's like a Goliath to your David. Then we try to pin each other's thumb, just like wrestling.
I see.
Except he doesn't. The first round of the two of you play is defined by his passivity and lack of quick reflexes. During the second one, he fares better, puts up more of a fight, but when it comes— ooh, whoopsies! But when it comes down to a contest of strength, he lets you win without much opposition. He's getting focused on the task, however. His breathing returns to regularity, and his eyes regain some sharpness. Are you going easy on me? Come on, put up some resistance.
Oh, okay. How about this?
This time, Goliath crushes the competition. Saren's thumb crashes on top of yours and overpowers you.
There. Like that.
Yeah. Now, how about the best out of 3?
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb wear.
Oh, no.
Did I distract you?
Yes.
Uh,
His hand may be bigger than yours and covered in fur, and his nails may be dark like coal, but while indulging in such childish playtime, it's easy to let the world melt away around you. What games did Asterion play when he was a kid? The wrestling may not have been one of them, but it awakened something in him nonetheless. He laughs, giggles, flicks his ears, and thrashes his tail around. It's hard to say for sure, but even his cheeks seem a little flushed now. His intervals of childish wonder cannot last long, however. The living room is still a mess. After your playtime, Asterion 1, the two of you tidy up the place, carrying still the soreness in your cheeks that comes when one laughs too much. At times, he offers you an ashamed glance with no attempt of hiding it.
and
Would Master believe me if I said, you remind me of an old friend?
Really? What was he like?
Perhaps that is a matter for another time. We do have our duties to attend to, do we not?
no.
And I have a mess to clean up as well.
You take a good look at the floor. I'm afraid you are right. In fact, we have a special mission for today, one of exceptional importance.
Is that so? Now, what does my wise lord have in mind?
Well, do you remember our conversation last night about the internet? That's what we need to do. Connect this lonesome place to the outside world. Nowadays, all guests expect to have an internet connection whenever they stop by a hotel. We need to keep up with the modern times.
Don't let Luke get access to the internet. Don't. Not while he can be on his cleansing journey through his wicked ways.
You think that he'll be on his cleansing journey at all?
No, but I mean, I can be in some. I can have my delusions. I can have my delusions if I want to.
Yes, you can. Anyway.
Ah, yes. I remember now. You wish then for me to take you to that place I told you about? Very well. Is the mess ready? May we proceed?
No, because it's the end of the episode. Ah!
Ah. Good. I want to work out anyway.
Alright. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Minotaur Hotel, and if you did, like, comment, subscribe to any of those things in any order, I don't really mind. And if content on my channel wasn't enough to satisfy you, you can go over to Pikamain's channel.
where I also have a channel where I do sometimes song covers, voice attempts / impressions of different visual novel characters, and style videos like this. And I also have a shop that I don't promote enough because I keep forgetting I have it.
Yeah. All right. Well, all of that out of the way, I hope that I get to see you on the next episode. But even if I don't, I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye bye.
Bye.
What the fuck?